What's up, everybody? It's E the Prophet here to do another video. This video is going to be called Money is Not Just the Root of All Evil. It's the root of all stress, sickness, theft, murder, and much more. And as y'all can tell, this video is going to be serious. I'm about to explain to y'all why society is so fucked up and why the people in our society are so fucked up. And I'm going to start off with the term I call the stress of survival. The stress of survival is a direct result of a lack of money, and that's how money ties into this. The stress of survival is basically the stress of doing what it takes to survive every day. The stress of keeping a roof over your head, the stress of putting food on the table, the stress of taking care of a family, the stress of dealing with a leaking roof, the stress of dealing with a broken down car, and I can go on and on and on. All of these things stress us out. Most people are so stressed, they don't even realize how stressed they are. And let me tell you something that only I can tell y'all. Nobody else is going to tell y'all this. Just like when you eat food and you drink water, you have to defecate. You have a physical release. You have to release that stuff from your body. When you lay down and go to sleep, you dream. A dream is a mental release. If you don't dream, you will go insane and die. You have to dream. You have to take a poop and you have to pee. And guess what else? If you're stressed out, you have to release that stress. No matter how much you think you can hold it in, you can't. You have to release that stress. That stress will be released one way or the other. Either you're going to have a positive way to release that stress, or you're going to have a negative way to release that stress. Which way do you think most people end up releasing that stress? Negative. Because most people don't even realize how stressed they are. And, you got to have that release. And that's why, you see so much of the things you see happening in society. The degenerative effect of our society is a result of people not having enough money not to worry. And I'm primarily talking about the middle class and the lower classes. The rich and the powerful really don't have these same kind of stresses to deal with like we do. Just not knowing, okay, are we going to get laid off? Are we going to get fired? Are we going to have to take a pay cut? How are we going to pay for college? I mean, there's just so many things that we have to deal with. And I'm going to tell you that stress causes people to do things out of character that they might not necessarily do if they wasn't so stressed out. Think about why do people steal? Normally it's because they don't have enough money. So, if they were rich, they probably wouldn't be stealing. If you look at a poor neighborhood compared to a rich neighborhood and the level of crime, you don't see the level of crime in the rich neighborhoods that you see in the poor neighborhoods because these people don't have to worry like we do. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I'll give you an example. Something that just took place that everybody's talking about. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. I did a video about this, by the way, if you want to check it out. But think about this. This at the Oscars. Okay, Chris Rock's making a joke about Jada Pinkett. Will Smith gets up, walks down the aisle to where Chris Rock is, walks up to Chris Rock and slaps the shit out of him. And then just goes and sits back down and starts yelling obscenities at Chris Rock, like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, and it went on for a few minutes. Now, imagine if that was me, or imagine if that was you, and we're at the Oscars, and Chris Rock is making a joke, and he happened to make a joke that pissed one of us off. So we get up out of our seat, and we walk up to where Chris Rock is at and slap the shit out of him. I guarantee you, we wouldn't even make it back to our seats. We wouldn't even make it back to our seats. Not only did Will Smith make it back to his seat, he continued to keep talking shit after he just slapped the shit out that man. And that's the difference between rich and poor. That's the shit that we have to deal with that the rich and powerful just don't have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And that's what leads to us doing all kind of ill shit. I really used to think that people were inherently evil. I really thought that. I thought people were just bad. And that the only reason that we even acted civilized to any degree is because of the laws we have in place. Now, I'm starting to think differently. I'm really starting to think that the reason why people are so fucked up is because of society. And because of what society puts on people that makes them act so fucked up. The pressures and the stress of surviving in your society is why people out here raping, murdering, killing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why people are sick all the fucking time. You know, why people have whole dressers full of medicine. It's because people are stressed the hell out. Stress, I'm going to tell you, the stress of survival is the worst stress for people, period. It's the deadliest and most destructive form of stress that we have to deal with. And and it's the reason why it's hard for people to keep relationships. It's hard for people to keep friendships. I mean, just because you're so stressed out, you don't even realize how fucked up you are. And then, you know, the whole COVID-19, that whole stress has even made it worse. It's exacerbated it. So, to give you an example of what I'm really talking about, I'm going to just show you how easily stress can spread. Well, actually, before that, I want y'all to think about this. Say you have a man. He goes to work, to a job he really doesn't like. He comes home and he abuses his wife. He abuses his kids. The abuse could be physical. It could be mental. It could be verbal. But we'll say physical. He comes home, physically abuses his wife and kids. Now, I want y'all to think about that. Do y'all think that there's anybody who, when they wake up, they say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to work. Then I'm going to come home and I can't wait to beat my wife and my kids. Do you think that? Now, I'm sure there are some weirdos out there who probably do think like that. But I'm sure the majority of people who come home and do something like that don't do it because they get enjoyment out of it. They do it because they're stressed the fuck out. And it's not just men that do it. Women are just as abusive. You know, it might not be as much physical with women, but women are just as verbally abusive and mentally and emotionally abusive as men are. So basically, now I want y'all to think about this. Okay, you have your man. He's stressed out. He comes home. He's abusing the family. So now, not only is he stressed out, but his family's stressed out as well. The wife is stressed out. The kids are stressed out. So the kids go to school all stressed out. They start fucking bullying people and getting in all kind of trouble in school because they're stressed out. So now the kids they're bullying and picking on, they're all stressed out. So now they're looking for somebody weaker to pick on as well. Because like I said about stress, it has to be released. You can't hold on to stress. The stress will release one way or the other. And most of the time it's going to release negatively. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so now these kids, they all stressed out. They go home. And now they stressing out with their parents. They acting a fool at home because they dealing with this shit at school. And now their parents are stressed out. And now they're, you know, now that their mother done flicked off with one of her friends. And y'all see how easily we can spread stress through the community? You know what I'm saying? It's so easy. And like I said, this shit will have people doing all kind of shit that they don't want to do. And this is primarily because most people don't have enough money not to worry. Most of us don't have enough money not to be worried. And that worry causes stress, which once again I call the stress of survival. You know what I'm saying? Now, with all that said, I could keep going on and get real specific with examples, but I think y'all get the gist of it. So what I'm going to do, unfortunately, I'll say this. The reason why these things like murder, theft, rape, sickness is always going to exist as long as we have a have-not aspect to our economy. Okay, if you look at socialism is basically haves and have-nots. Capitalism is basically haves, have some, and have-nots. And as long as you have any economic system with have-nots, you're always going to have that stressed out component of your society. And that's where all of the vice, you know, man, I guarantee you the majority of the country are either alcoholics or drug addicts. I would say 60 to 70% of the whole entire country either abuse alcohol or abuse drugs. And it's because people are stressed the fuck out. It's a direct result of not having enough money. I just don't know how many ways I can say it, but I hope y'all really get the point. So like I said, I'm going to tell y'all some ways to alleviate the stress and help direct it in a more positive way and release it in a more positive way. And the first thing is having an exercise program, exercising 4 to 5 days a week. I cannot stress how important exercise is for helping with stress. For one, the physical activity of doing it, you know, tiring yourself out, but also the willpower you get from exercising. Exercising, you know, just to be able to go in there and do a tough workout takes a lot of willpower. The willpower you develop from exercising is very helpful when it comes to dealing with stress. It's much easier to deal with stress with a strong mind than it is a weak mind. Facts. The next thing is to make sure you stay hydrated. Now, some of y'all may say, what does being hydrated have to do with being stressed? Let me tell y'all, if your body is dehydrated, then that means your brain is also dehydrated. If your brain is dehydrated, it's not going to function properly, and that will exacerbate the stress. In fact, a lot of people don't even realize, a lot of the times people think they're sick, and all they are actually dehydrated, because most people don't drink enough water. And if you're dehydrated, you may have fevers, headaches, you know, all kind of different symptoms. So trust me, make sure you stay hydrated. It will definitely help with the stress. Number 3, read books. Find something that you're interested in, something that you like, something that gets your interest. I mean, I don't care what it is. You know, if you want to read message boards on your favorite internet site, as long as you're reading something. You know, if you want to read books, comic books, how-to books, it don't matter. If you want to read the descriptions on the movies on your TV guide, you know, that whatever, as long as you're reading something. Reading helps strengthen your mental muscles and also helps make your mind stronger. And like I said, having a strong mind is much easier to deal with stress than having a weak mind. And not to mention, also reading will distract you. You know, when you read different things, it can put your mind somewhere else and at least help to temporarily relieve you from that stress without having to do anything that physically harms your body or your mind. So reading is definitely a good way to help alleviate stress in a positive way. And the last thing, number 4, is make videos. I'm gonna tell you, I've had this YouTube channel for years. I got about close to 150 videos on it. And when you don't, like, if you don't have like somebody to talk to, say if you're by yourself, if you're alone, making videos is a very good substitute for having somebody to talk to, because you're able to get things off your mind, get things off your chest, get your feelings out there, you know, talk about things, get comments back, interact with people. You know, it can really be a huge stress reliever. I'm going to tell you, making video, everything I told y'all so far, I do. I exercise 5 days a week. And man, I could not, even if I don't feel like it, I make myself exercise. I always exercise. Nothing stops me from exercising. I drink water every day. I drink Avion. Every day I drink water. I read all the time. I got a bookshelf right there, like full of books. I read all the time. I'm actually reading a book right now called Nephilim and the Pyramids of the Apocalypse. If you into like stuff about the pyramids and, you know, or like a whole lot of knowledge type stuff that is hard, man, check that book out. I'm telling you. And back to the videos, you know, I'm making videos is a really good way to relieve stress, to really get your thoughts out there. Like I said, there are a lot of different platforms you can make videos on. Of course, there's YouTube, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's TikTok. There's a whole bunch of different platforms you can use to make videos. And I'm telling you, if you're by yourself, you don't have people to talk to, and you're feeling lonely, make videos. You will not regret it. It's a very good way to relieve stress. I'm telling y'all. Just find something that you're interested in or something you feel comfortable talking about, you know, and see if you can get you some fans and some subscribers. And like I said, that way you'll have people to talk to and interact with as well. So yeah, those are my 4 ways, to me, ways you can positive ways to relieve your stress, release your stress. Because like I said, the stress is gonna get released one way or the other. And you'd rather be making videos or exercising than screaming and yelling at your kids or, getting in trouble at work or getting in trouble with the law. You know what I mean? I just can't stress how damaging and debilitating the stress of survival is on the poor people in the country and even the middle class people of the country. I just can't stress it enough. But anyway, I would love to get y'all thoughts. If there's any other ways to relieve stress that are good and positive that I haven't mentioned, by all means, please leave me a comment. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please share this. I'm asking y'all to please share this one because I think it's very important and people just need to know, why society is all fucked up and understand why society is all fucked up. I hope I really got the message through to y'all. But anyway, I thank y'all for watching the video. I love y'all. Everybody stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy. Peace.